Hi everyone and welcome to Lost Boy. My name is Jamie for those of you that are new to my channel, and for those of you that are returning, thank you for all of your support. This is going to be a general collective message. It's intended for whoever needs it. Please take the messages that resonate with you in your particular situation and drop the ones that do not. If anyone is interested in booking a personal reading with me, all the information on how to do so is down below in the description box. Alrighty, y'all, we are going to get into this message. I'm going to switch things up a little bit today. I went down to my local crystal shop and my eyes got drawn to a brand new deck. This is the Storyteller's Tarot. It is from David Pasquale. It incorporates different stories from different cultures and different civilizations and different folklores. It adds a little bit more insight to the traditional tarot. So we're going to use this as an overall energy, and then we'll take it from there, y'all. Universe. What is going on in the energy, and what is it that the collective needs to know, please? Please give us an overall energy, please, for this reading today. We have the Two of Spikes. I believe that is the Two of Swords. And then we have the Seven of Hearts here at the bottom of the deck. That's the Seven of Cups. So there's definitely been some kind of confusion here. Somebody here definitely has not wanted you to see the truth about something. A Two of Swords, the traditional Two of Swords, it's the lady who's sitting there blindfolded. There is some kind of truth that she has not been admitting to oneself. There's been some kind of illusion. There's been some kind of lies. There's been some kind of confusion. And this could have to do with the matters of love, whether that's friends, family, relationships, romantic ones. This could even be like business partners. Somebody here has not been honest and upfront with something. They're hoping that you don't see the truth about something. But I feel like that time is up. The truth is going to be revealed to you from inside of you. We're going to see what the book has to say, just so we can get the folklore story in. Spikes 104. A gift to Iskander, Alexander the Great, from the inhabitants of... Oh, that's the first one. Rumored to live in the swamps of the present-day Chilliwack, British Columbia, Canada, this sea serpent has the body of a snake and two horse heads on either end. Isaac Kipp, one of the initial non-native settlers of the region, claimed to have seen a seal key and was told by the local Stolo First Nations people to avoid turning its back to the beast, lest he fall ill. Two choices lay before you, and it isn't at all clear which is the correct one. You might lack enough information, have not weighed the pros and cons of each decision, or are intentionally blinding yourself to making the choice out of fear of dealing with it. Make your choice with as much information as you can gather and with best intentions. The longer you wait, the bigger the problem will get and the murkier the waters of each path may become. So it's like somebody here has been intentionally trying to keep you confused in the matters of someone's intent with their heart, with this Seven of Hearts, the Seven of Cups. Intentionally wanting you to feel guilty. Right? And guilt and fear can have that similar feeling, right? Where it traps you and it binds you from making the right choice. We're going to see what the Seven of Hearts has to say as well. Anyone who puts on the mystical galoshes of fortune has the ability to instantly transport to whatever place or time they wish. In the tale by Hans Christian Andersen, two fairies identified as Care and Lady's Maid of Fortune herself left these galoshes near the door of a pantry in the hopes that someone would put them on by mistake. The Lady's Maid of Fortune believed this would finally bring happiness to humanity, while Care believed that they would bring about a grand unhappiness and would bless the very moment they got rid of them. Choices, illusion, and new opportunities are what the upright Seven of Hearts is all about. Some of these choices are not what they seem on the surface. Be careful that they are not distorted by grandiose desires or wishful thinking. You must understand what each choice actually entails first, before you will have the ability to organize your thoughts and put them into action. Okay. So there's definitely been a lot of confusion here. There's been a lot of confusion, there's been a lot of illusions, there's been guilt. Somebody is hoping that you would make... They don't want you to make the right choice for you. They want you to make the right choice for them. Very interesting. We're going to use the tarot dice. We're going to get some more information. It's going to get loud for a hot minute, so I do apologize. Universe, please tell us more for the collective, please. Tell us more for the collective. What is going on here? We have the Six of Swords sideways, the Ace of Pentacles sideways, and then we have the Ace of Wands upright. Somebody here is going to be making the decision to move in peace, and that's the problem. Somebody does not want you to chase peace, because they know once you move to calmer waters, right, you get on that water Uber, right, that's the Six of Swords, getting on the water Uber, and heading towards peace. But you're doing so in order to protect your inner child, in order to protect your innocence, in order to protect your joy, your wishes, your hopes, your heart. Because ultimately, our inner child is our heart. There has been a masculine here. Could be an earth sign, doesn't have to be. I do have Taurus, I do have Gemini, Virgo here. I do have the Hierophant here as well. This could even be a Capricorn energy with this King of Pentacles. Somebody here isn't being practical. This is also somebody here who doesn't follow through. Somebody here who has lost their way. They're not able to provide. This is somebody here who's looking for some kind of handout, trying to maintain some kind of image, and I feel like you're all set with trying to keep up with somebody else's appearance or trying to keep up with somebody else's lifestyle. We have Justice reverse, strong Libra energy. Things have been way off balance. Things have definitely been on towards one side. Somebody knows that the only way that they're going to get justice is if they eliminate themselves from the situation here. But there's been a lot of guilt and there's been a lot of illusions and a lot of confusion here that hasn't been allowing somebody to move forward. Somebody is taking that new opportunity. They're walking in faith with this Hierophant card. They're trusting in their own intuition. They're receiving some kind of downloads. The Hierophant is also some kind of, you know, because the Hierophant is traditionally a priest, right? And priests don't normally get married. I mean, generally speaking. There are some denominations that allow it, but I mean, that's a whole conversation for a different day. Not that I'm judging, but I'm just saying traditionally priests don't normally get married. They take a vow, right, in order to be a vessel for the divine, be a vessel for God. Somebody here is choosing peace for them, for their own selves, to leave behind an individual or individuals. This could even be a work situation. Something here that has not been aligning with their core truth. Something here has been lacking. Somebody here is trying to wonder, God, why are you not answering my prayers? Universe, why are you not answering my prayers? And the universe is saying, I am trying to. But you need to take the first step. You're trying to fix a situation here that somebody is being dishonest in, and you're not seeing the truth. Or you don't want to admit the truth, or you're too afraid of that truth. Or you were. Not anymore. We do have the Page of Swords reversed, so I definitely feel like somebody here is going to try and, butter you up with some kind of lie, some kind of grandiose gesture here, but I feel like that's not working. You see right through that manipulation, especially with both of these aces. Aces are solitary. They're solitary action. They're actions for oneself. Right? Somebody here has been leaving you unstable, trying to stabilize them. Page of Pentacles reversed. We have the Two of Cups. This definitely has to do with the partnership. This has to do with integrity, and it has to do with equalness when it comes to the matters of the heart, right? It comes to seeing where somebody's heart is at. Who are we aligning ourselves with? Somebody is being bold, because with this Ace of Wands, right, that's feeling the fear and doing it anyway, right? That's being passionate. You know what? I'm doing this. I am headed towards peace. I am heading towards my blessings. I'm going to follow the divine. Sometimes the divine wants to help us out, right? Maybe you guys, sometimes we are asking the wrong questions, right? Oh, universe, please give me more money so I can, because I need more money, or I need more resources, I need more this. And the universe is saying, all right, instead of asking me for resources, ask me in different ways on how to get those resources. Give me opportunities for those resources. Right? And sometimes the universe is not going to give you those resources because of certain people that you're attached to, because they don't deserve those blessings because they're meant for you. Well, Seven of Coins here as well. Double 7, 77. Divine intervention is definitely at play here. Things are happening as they should. Something here about divine timing. The time is now. This was always meant to happen this way. There we go. We have the Emperor and the Eight of Wands. The Nine of Wands is sideways. Somebody is over something. They're like, I'm tired of being battered and bruised. I'm tired of always having to make it through. It's like surviving instead of thriving. But somebody here is bossing up. They're stepping into their full power with the Emperor card. To me, the Emperor and the Empress, they're master magicians. Right? He's the King of Kings. Well, I mean, Jesus is the King of Kings, but in the tarot, the Emperor is the King of Kings. Right? He embodies all of the suits, much like the magician who acquires all of the aces. He has mastered all of those suits. He's definitely putting something here into action. Wow. Eight of Wands with the Ace of Wands equals the Nine of Wands. And we have the Nine of Wands right here. 9 and 9 equals 18. 1 plus 8 is still the 9. Nines are about closure, closing out a chapter, closing out a cycle, a major ending here, one that's been weighing very heavily on you, on your soul. Again, this whole surviving instead of thriving. Somebody is ready to thrive. And sometimes that takes a different environment. That's why some kind of move is necessary. This move could be like a physical move. It could be just a shift in perception in our mind, the way that we think, the way that we view a situation. Something has to do with somebody's been trying to use your compassion against you, using your heart against you. Maybe even using your own spirituality against you. Well, if you really loved God, if you really practiced what you preach, you would help me. You're really going to let somebody suffer? Some people suffer because they want to. And some people will use it as an excuse. I'm just keeping it real. Sometimes at the end of the day, we are responsible for ourselves. And I feel like there's somebody here who has not been feeling like they're responsible for themselves, and they've been passing that responsibility to everybody else. There's also a situation here where, like, there could be a couple of people involved, and it feels like everybody knows a piece of the story, but nobody ever knows the full story. And something about when these people come together, to verify the story or to talk about their pieces, they put the pieces together and they're like, so that's the full story. So somebody is not even being honest with all of the parties involved. Universe, please tell us more. Please tell us more, please, Universe. I do apologize for not uploading yesterday. I was just trying to finish my spring cleaning before we had another week of rain. It was rainy all April, and it's turning out to be a rainy May. I just wanted to get my spring cleaning done so I can put my AC in the window. Not because it's hot, but because it's freaking humid. So I do apologize, but it's done. It's done. I made the sacrifice, and I just got it done. So you guys are going to be seeing a lot of me in the next week. We have Pathway. There is some kind of new path that is opening up. We do have Courthouse here at the bottom of the deck. This man seems to have some kind of news, some kind of verdict in his hand. There could be some kind of verdict that is coming out from a court system. This could be physical court. It could be spiritual court. A decision has been made. Because you took a step, right? And maybe something here could have been delayed because I feel like the universe did not want you to get caught in the crossfire. But you're heading down a new path here. We have all of these butterflies. Butterflies symbolize transformation. They also represent metamorphosis. Some of you guys could have been in like some kind of cocoon period, right? Where you might have been introspective, you might have been healing, going within, right? Whatever was happening, it was happening internally. I also feel like people don't expect this. This has to do with courtship, a marriage, and some kind of great fortune. And then we have imprisonment in a false person. So a false person here is definitely going to be imprisoned. Spiritual prison, or hell, even physical prison. I don't know. We do have a rat here, so I don't know. I don't know if there's a rat hanging around. 29 breaks down to an 11. Which also breaks down to a 2. I wonder if there's going to be some kind of separation and like somebody's ex-spouse is going to be ratting them out. Multiple things are happening to this person because you decided to choose peace. Something here also about you don't care. You don't care anymore. Because when you get to the Six of Swords, right? I feel like that's because you walked away from somebody who was trying to win at all costs in that Five of Swords energy. You were like, you know what? Keep it. Keep it. I don't care. I'm going to let you think you're right. I'm going to let you think you win. Believe your own delusion. Believe your own crazy. Live in your own little world. I'm going to go to mine. It doesn't matter. Somebody does not care anymore. And that you not caring equals acceptance, which becomes definitive. Which rips off the blindfold, because the truth is no longer hidden. Universe. Help us clarify this reading, please. Six of Cups reversed in Justice. Somebody does not want something to come together for you. Something about something that you've done in the past. You've laid the groundwork for something. Of course you have. You started off as a caterpillar, you made it to the cocoon stage, and now, right, much like springtime, when the monarch butterflies start flying around during spring, you're headed on a new journey, you're elevating. Something about also, you're no longer crawling, but now you're flying. Universe. Thank you. We have the Devil reversed. That's breaking free from some kind of contract, some kind of binding contract, again, that was only serving somebody else. Strong Capricorn energy here. Nine of Wands. It's been very overwhelming. There could also be somebody here who's trapped by their own demons, and they're refusing to admit the truth to themselves. They're refusing to take responsibility for the role that they played, which has then been making something really stressful. Again, surviving and not thriving. Universe. Tell us more, please. Okay. We have Judgment. We have the Eight of Cups. And we have this Nine of Wands. This is about the acceptance part. That's what Judgment is. Accepting the role that we may have played in something that has happened in the past, right? Something here has definitely bubbled back up to the surface to be dealt with. And again, there's that walking away with the Eight of Cups. This is leaving behind an emotionally dissatisfying situation, an emotionally dissatisfying contract. One that was binding. Only, one party had favorable odds as versus the other. It's been very overwhelming, but somebody here has broken free. They've broken free from some kind of restriction. Hell, some of you guys, this could have even been you guys breaking free from some kind of vice or some kind of an addiction. And sometimes that addiction can just be a thought or version of somebody that we believe, or something here that we really want, so we settle. This is about not settling and accepting. Sometimes you have to accept things as they are. This is about walking away and heading towards wish fulfillment. Headed towards happiness. Somebody is definitely getting ready to make their inner dreams come true. They're going to let their inner child out to play. And that's what this is. Somebody wanted you more focused on them due to the lies, due to the illusions, the confusions. They wanted to keep you trapped to what it is that somebody here was doing something behind the scenes. They were definitely trying to cover something up, cover up their actions, not taking responsibility. But I feel like something here is too late. Judgment is coming down. Universe, tell us more. The Six of Cups reversed. This is about leaving the past in the past. The Queen of Pentacles reversed. The Chariot. There's the Empress. You know, part of the metamorphosis is merging our masculine and feminine sides together. Wow, we have the Seven of Swords, Injustice. Be very careful, because there's a sneaky, shady individual person here who does not want you to believe that what you're doing is right. They don't want you to make the right call, because again, it's not what's best for them. This is somebody here who's incapable of thinking or caring about other people. I'm just going to keep it real. It's given like real sociopathic vibes. This is the Ten of Wands. This is reaching the end of the road. This is dropping all of the weight. You know, I don't have to go much further. I have gotten to where it is that I need to be. Somebody is definitely getting ready to birth some kind of new life with this Empress card. Again, strong Taurus, Libra energy here. I do have Cancer as well, Aquarius and Capricorn. Somebody is leaving behind somebody who has been very unpractical. Somebody who's been very unbalanced, ungrounded, unstable, non-committal. But again, trying to keep up with some kind of an illusion, an appearance. This is given like somebody who doesn't want to be in a relationship, but also doesn't want to let somebody go. They don't want to let somebody else be happy, but yet they want to be able to do what it is that they want to do. Seven of Swords. And there's the Five of Cups. Queen of Swords at the bottom. You know what? Sometimes it's about the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Somebody here is going to be crying foul because somebody here is deciding to walk away. Somebody is saying, you know what? Your shit is no longer my problem. You got to deal with your own shit. Sorry. And you got to start taking accountability for the things that your shortcomings. Right? You can't expect people to forget what it is that people have done if somebody is unwilling to apologize. Something as simple as an apology can go a long way, but I don't even think that has happened. Page of Cups, Knight of Swords, and the Lovers. See, somebody here is not even putting in work or effort into trying to maintain a relationship here. Somebody also doesn't want you to get into a proper partnership, to get into a soul contract, one that actually sees eye to eye with you. They don't want you to step into, they don't want you to meet your other butterflies. Oh shit. Y'all give me a moment. I should plug my phone in before it dies. Okay. I'm thankful I got a notification on the computer. Somebody are trying to manipulate some kind of truth. Again, like this is some kind of false apology. I don't even think it's an apology though. I think this is somebody here who's going to try and shower you with some kind of love. But I feel like your truth is going to be like, nope. It's like, I feel like you're going to be cutting that fish right open, putting it on the grill, and be like, thank you for dinner, but what else do you got? Alrighty, we are going to find out some more. Universe, what is the tea? What is the tea for the collective? What is the tea, universe? Somebody's ego is hurt and bruised. Poor baby. It's always poor baby. Poor, poor, pitiful them. Okay, so this is somebody who threatens when they don't get their way. So they act around like they're holding a grudge, like, you know, somebody just kicked their dog, but yet they're also threatening you, and you're like, I'm sorry, I don't have anything to give. Again, with the bullying. Doesn't even have to be cyberbullying. This is also somebody here who could be trying to keep up with what it is that you're doing. Somebody here who could even be stalking you, right? Showing up at places that you are going, right? Trying to make it seem like, trying to put on that appearance that they're still attached to you, like that. And you're just unfazed. You're just like, all right, well, you know I have moved on. You know that I am moving on, so somebody is just only making matters worse for themselves. And I also feel like somebody here has also shown you and given you every single reason to not trust them, that they're always going to pick them, they're always going to do what they want to do. I don't like this energy. I really don't. This is like somebody trying to force somebody to stay in something that, or to go back to something that they don't want to. Universe. Somebody here is not, they ain't shit. They're just a carbon copy, right? This is just somebody here who opened up, you know, they went to their tattoo parlor, they opened up one of those books, and they got a tattoo, generic. It's just generic. Everybody has it. Everybody has it. So this is somebody here who's just trying to follow the crowd. Again, trying to maintain that image. They're not shit. Walking around with their ego hurt. Oh, poor, poor me. Poor, poor me. But yet they're cock-blocking you. And this is somebody here who has fake smiles. They're a wolf in sheep's clothing. This is somebody here who also cannot be happy for other people because they're not happy for themselves. They're very envious, jealous. All because they're not taking responsibility and accountability for themselves. Why can't I be like that? Why can't I do this? You can. Do you think the people who are doing it are like, they're not. They're doing it. They're feeling the fear and they're doing it anyway. You know, and they're admitting when they fail. Right? All right, you know what? This didn't work out. How can I do this better? How can I evolve? Right? When I started this channel 7 years ago, you guys can go back. You know, I wasn't the most perfect. I was still learning. I'm still on my spiritual journey. We're all still going to be on a journey until the moment that we return back. Until the moment our souls return back to the collective consciousness. Somebody here is holding a grudge. They can't get over their own past. Their ego is hurt. Maybe this person feels like because they never got an apology for anything, they shouldn't have to. I don't know. Again, you're unbothered and this person's crying over you because you're too busy reflecting on yourself. Again, this is somebody... They want something that they can't maintain, that they can't appreciate. And they're holding a grudge, trying to chase some kind of thrill. It honestly feels like somebody here has been having some kind of midlife crisis where they don't even recognize themselves. They instead of admitting the fact that they maybe have wasted their time on something or wasted their time on some kind of an illusion that they fed, instead of admitting that truth, instead of owning it, It has snowballed into everybody else's problem. Universe, tell me more. Somebody could even be trying to get back at you by trying to, do whatever with candles. I don't know who they're praying to, what they're casting. At the end of the day, it's all the same shit. It's just semantics, right? Voodoo, hoodoo, black magic, white magic. I mean, it all has to do with intent. Nothing is inherently good or bad. It's in how and why you use it. Somebody here has been holding a grudge and they're trying to get some kind of revenge. Like, to them, they're trying to make themselves feel like that's how they feel better, by getting revenge or making other people feel low, because that's how they feel. They want people to feel like them. Somebody here is always partying. They're always chasing a thrill. Thank you, universe. Somebody here is trying to dig for dirt. They're trying to look for dirt on you. This person who isn't shit, they're holding a grudge because you hurt their ego, because you no longer want to deal with them. But yeah, it's your problem. It's your fault, right? Instead of, asking the question, why does this person want to deal with me anymore, right? Doing that introspective work. Again, taking that self-accountability. Don't allow people to drag you down because you decided to do the work. Don't. Universe, tell us more. What lies beneath the surface that we need to know, please? Oh, there's a recording here. Somebody's ego is hurt because of their own bad choices. This person who isn't shit, there's some kind of recording, there's some kind of truth, there's some kind of evidence about somebody's bad choices. Maybe that's why they're scrambling to try and hold on to some kind of security here, because something else is falling apart behind the scenes. They know that there is some kind of evidence here about some kind of bad choice that they made when they were in their ego because they were holding a grudge. So now they're trying to dig for dirt on you. I don't know, maybe in hopes to get you caught up in something, because they're being obviously caught up in something. We did have that judgment earlier. This could have to do with the pregnancy test. Somebody here who is a hothead, who needs anger management. Somebody here could have gotten somebody else knocked up. Or something to do with some kind of test. Somebody here could have just failed a test, or they're hiding. They're hiding some kind of news, information. And they're angry. So they're taking out their anger on everybody else. Because I don't know who this individual is that y'all have been dealing with, but there's a lot of skeletons that are coming out of the closet with that judgment card. I just heard that song from Eminem, Cleaning Out My Closet. It's very interesting, because right before I got into this reading, right before I hit record, the song that I literally channeled in my head was that, what is it? The Venga Boys? Boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, all right, I'm not a love reader. I normally don't read about love. I mean, if it comes up, I'll read about it. But I'm like, somebody here has just been very overly sexual. That's their coping mechanism. That's how they feel good about themselves. Is this somebody here who could be getting into like some dirty stuff, always partying, very sexual? I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is like some kind of sexcapade party stuff. I don't know. But it's not healthy. The record's gonna finally be set straight. I don't believe it. Don't believe it. Be very, very careful here because somebody is trying to dig for some kind of dirt. You need to move in silence at this time and do not tell people any much more than what it is that they need to know. People need to be on a need-to-know basis right now, especially those that you know that you cannot trust. They know they fucked up. Somebody knows that they fucked up. They know that what they did was wrong. They know it internally. They just don't want to admit it. And there's that pregnancy test here still. They know what they did was wrong. Universe, tell us more. Tell us the heart's hidden secrets. The record is going to be set straight because I feel like whatever evidence that somebody here has acquired, maybe somebody here got caught on film, screwing somebody they shouldn't have been. This is somebody here who is obsessed. They're addicted to infatuation. They're also addicted to some kind of influences, attachments, third parties, other people, chasing thrills. Look at this complete opposite. We have somebody here who's nourishing themselves, focused on self-growth, soul-finding, self-focused, and we have somebody here who is attached and chasing thrills. This is somebody who cannot handle life's challenges. They cannot handle the good with the bad, right? Life is all about cycles. Life is all about moments, right? Life will never always be 100% good and 100% bad. It's what you make it to be. And nothing ever lasts forever. Everything is always changing. Somebody's unwilling to go through the cycle of life. Of birth, death, and rebirth. Right? Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Mother, Maid, Crone. Right? And it could be the recycle, reuse, renew, whatever that is. This has to do with where somebody's loyalty lies, and it lies solely with them. So we have a conflict, we have a breaking point, we have a rejection. Somebody here is obsessed. Sorry, don't mind my face. I mean, only you? Really? Really? Somebody who's acting like you're the only one. This is somebody, it's a love bomber. This is a love bomber. Be very, very careful. Again, like I said, somebody's going to try and give you this kind of apology, right? And I feel like you're just going to fillet that fish open. And you're like, thank you for the apology, but it doesn't mean anything because words without action means nothing. They're just words. You have to follow it up with actions, especially if you keep doing something over and over again. There's clarity and truth here. There's going to be some kind of conflict because whoever isn't shit, they're obviously not shit. They're worried that something here is going to come out. There's going to be a clash of indifferences. There's some kind of incompatibility. And somebody's bitter at the fact that you've grown out of something. You've outgrown somebody's childish antics. This person is, whoever's holding this grudge, I don't know, they could be hitting their breaking point. We did have that hothead. I feel like there's some kind of rejection here that is going to be taking place. Maybe it's your rejection. It's going to be like the final blow, but I think it's going to set this person off. I really do. And they're going to end up showing their own hand. End up showing their ass. Universe, give us 2 more, please. This person is spying. That's why they've hit their breaking point. Shallow and open heart. Again, total opposites. We have somebody who is hollow, empty, and they're just bored. They're chasing the next thrill. They will always constantly chase the next thrill. Because they don't want to deal with their own unresolved issues. So until then, they'll use anybody and everybody. Especially those who have open hearts. Especially those who are vulnerable. Right? That's why do not overshare at this time. Because not everybody has your best interests in heart or in mind. Some people just want to see what can they get out of a situation. Or how can I use this against them? Because they want a second chance. I don't feel like this is a second chance. I feel like this is like the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th apology. Again with, really? Trust your intuition. I mean, come on. Second chance, return twice. This could be a twin flame of yours. You don't have to be in a relationship with your twin flame. This could actually be a false flame. Somebody who's trying to mimic a true flame. We did have that lovers earlier. Somebody does not want you to be in alignment with your soul's purpose. With your actual soulmate or soulmates. Again, that could be family, friend, lovers. Trust your intuition here. Because somebody is just wearing a mask. They're trying to call your bluff. I knew it. You have to look deeper. Look deeper into whatever this individual is trying to sell you. They're trying to sell you a pipe dream. 4646 on the timer. Breaking down to 1010. Endings and new beginnings. And they're trying to stop that from happening. Wow. Let me clean this up, and then I'm gonna pull out the Scrabble tiles, and then we'll close this out with an affirmation and an oracle. I'm still trying to find the perfect bowl. I am on a mission to find the perfect bowl. Because now this one's too big. I don't feel like I'm ever going to be happy with the bowl, but whatever. It's just the bowl. Universe, are there any other final messages that you have for the collective? Or even any confirmations for the collective, please? It's going to get loud for a minute, so I do apologize. We have the numbers 57, 48. Something here about a mart. Someone's name could be Martha, Marta, if I know in Portuguese or Spanish or whatever. Rolo. Something about Rolos. Maybe somebody likes to eat Rolos. We have the number 46. We have the numbers 14. A lot of I's here. Somebody's first, last, or middle initial could begin with an I. We have the numbers 8. This could be your age, could be the year that somebody was born. A favorite NASCAR driver. An interstate. Take it however it resonates for you. We have the numbers 50 and 30. We have the numbers 86, 93, Someone's name could be Clay. Or somebody likes to play with clay. Something here about hollow. Maybe somebody here is hollow. I know there needs to be 2 L's in that, but I'm channeling y'all. Numbers 55. Something here about a bet. Maybe somebody was placing some kind of a bet. Someone's name could be Miles, or something to have to do with a mile, or some kind of trip here. That's something here is a mile away. Or maybe something here is close to home. Somebody's name could be Cindy. Someone's name could be Stein, or something here about a piano. Isn't that like also a piano name? Someone's name could be Steve or Steven. Someone's name could be Jared. Someone's name could be Ariel, or maybe somebody here likes The Little Mermaid. You know, something about nothing in life comes, it doesn't come with this, everything comes with a sacrifice. Someone's name could be Mitch. Someone's name could be Mindy. Something here about piles. Something here about E.T. Or something here about Texas. Maybe somebody's into the movie E.T. Or maybe somebody feels like they're not normal. We do have the state of Texas here. Someone's name could be Yoland. Could also be Noland. Something about Fresno. Fresno? I don't even know what that is. That might be a place in California. I have no idea. I have never been. I want to go. I'd like to visit. Something about maybe the BET channel. Black Entertainment Network or something. Someone's name could be David. Someone's name could be Ming. Last name could be Ming. Someone's name could be Jay, or that's their nickname, Jay. Somebody likes to be called Jay. Someone's name could be Betty. It could be their nickname. Someone's name could be Sean or Shane or... Someone's name could be Ruth. Something here about YOLO. Maybe this is somebody here who, I don't know, like to live in the moment. Have no plans for the future. Something here about the answer is yes. If y'all have been asking, the answer is yes. Something about the time is now. Someone's name could be Justin. Something about Michigan, or the state, I think that's Michigan. I was not the best at geography, don't come for me. Someone's name could be Paul. Someone's name could be Christine with a CH. Something here about a toy. I don't know, maybe somebody here likes to play with their toys, or... I don't know, maybe somebody's trying to fuck themselves. I don't know, maybe that's all they know how to do, is how to fuck themselves. Something here about free. Someone here is about to be free. Or something here is about to come easy to you. Or things are going to start moving easily for you. We have the name Benjamin. Someone's name could be Jody. Someone's name could be Clive. Something about Utah. We have 3 F's here. Somebody's first, last, or middle initial could begin with an F. Someone's name could be Quentin. Alrighty. That is what I have for that. this reading resonates with y'all, please hit that like button. And be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell, that way you guys will be updated on when I upload. Universe, please give us an affirmation to help close this reading out. Come on. My cat's looking at me like, please, sir, can I sit in your lap? Come on, come on, baby. Come on. I love you too, Mom. Come on. There you go. Universe, please give us an affirmation to close this reading out. Thank you, Universe. We have perseverance. It seems you're on a massive journey right now, and this card has arrived to remind you that you will reach the other side. The mountain you're climbing is huge and formidable, but so is your ability to climb it. You don't need to enjoy it. You just need to tackle it. Complain if it makes the job easier, blow off steam. Do you think mountain climbers get to the top of Mount Everest on inspirational quotes? No way. They're grunting and crying and cursing like freaking pirates. That just doesn't sell a lot of posters. You do what you gotta do, but continue to persevere, even if that means screaming bloody hell and speaking your truth with that Queen of Swords, right? You're persevering through. You have the fortitude to weather this challenge. Universe, please give us a final message for the collective, please. Steadfastness, that's 32. That also breaks down to a 5. This has to do with change, internal change. Do not waver back and forth or be moved by the circumstances that are surrounding you at this time. Be focused on your purpose and unwilling to be swayed by what other people think or by what you perceive. Ganesha heartens you by revealing that when you know your effort is not futile, you will be steadfast and immovable. This seems to be a major stumbling block in your life at this time. Perhaps your current job gives you little recognition with no real sense of accomplishment or success. You may feel unheard in your relationships. Possibly the error lies in the fact that in your heart you really feel your struggle is hopeless. You may recognize it on an intellectual level, but you are easily shaken when you do not see the fruit of your exertion. Ganesha is pictured here riding the elephant to engage you in the energy of the elephant spirit. Elephants can teach you that kindness, dedication, and communication in relationships is very powerful. They remind you that it is necessary to keep relationships alive, trusting and loving, whether the relationship is with friends, family, or partner. Deeply faithful to all creatures with which they have relationships, elephants are tough when protecting others and gentle when nurturing them. The matriarch, the oldest, most experienced female leader of a herd, leads in a way that is both gentile and inclusive. Elephants are able to communicate telepathically. When you draw this card, your ability to truly listen to others is enhanced. Do whatever is necessary to safeguard your resolve. You are receiving guidance that this is the time to dig in. Remain focused and do not get caught up in trying to create a change. The energy in your job or relationship is ever changing. Ask Ganesha to bring you the strength to work through what is happening. Stay committed and on task. Do not give up, as change will show up soon and the situation will be transformed. That is what I have for y'all today. I am sending you all lots of love and lots of light. Come on. And I will see y'all next time. Ciao.